Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Hyperion-Blue-GT. It's time to get ready for round 12 in the 2020 series manufacturer series on Gran Turismo Sport. Now we are racing at Circuit de Sainte-Croix for 8 laps, and we're going in for having a Group 4 category for today. And this will might have a required tire rating we'll be choosing with the Racing Hard compound tires. So make sure to check the race details before we're about to get started. Gonna have to use the Mazda Intensa Group 4 with the UDRS InSportTech livery. Balance of performance regulations will be all set automatically, but this one might have a 1-minute penalty was also included. So we have to be very careful because this one might need to take a following step of the directions if we have to use the Racing Hard compound tires by reaching up the finish line. So before enjoying watching the video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out some more videos if you like. Feel free to enjoy anytime you want with the entertainment. Now it's time to get ready to start the race, and let's begin. Round 12 of the 2020 series manufacturer series is about to get ready to go. So I hope everybody is about to have their Group 4 cars. We'll get started on course A of Circuit de Sainte-Croix. ND4SPC Logan takes first place in the Ford Mustang Group 4. And here's TCR_2 Code Racing in second place in the Porsche Cayman GT4 Club Sports. Wasabi MR2 takes third place in the Toyota 86 Group 4. Elephant TD Wilderness is now taking 4th place in the Renault Sport Megane Trophy. Green Ash 29 takes 5th place in the Aston Martin V8 Vantage Group 4. And here's myself in 6th place for the UDRS livery of the Mazda Intensa Group 4. Jabatas R715 takes 7th place in the Mazda Intensa Group 4. And here's Bland Skills in 8th place in the Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG. Wanobi takes 9th place in the Ferrari 458 Italia, is about to get ready to go. And here is Kane Cat Tier 907 in 10th place in the Porsche Cayman GT4 Club Sports. Miku Cricket 86 is about to be going 11th place in the Audi TT Cup 2016. DD2 Champion takes 12th place in the Porsche Cayman GT4 Club Sports. And here's ATK Butter Smolger in 13th place in the Ford Mustang Group 4. DSR Stroker 8 is now taking 14th place in the Ford Mustang Group 4. And here's Merch 116 in 15th place in the Aston Martin V8 Vantage Group 4 for the Golf livery. JM_Marabella takes 16th place in the BMW M4. Hunter 451 takes 17th place in the Ford Mustang Group 4. Ja Orden is now taking 18th place in the Mazda Intensa Group 4. And here's the last place driver is Egypt 19 in the Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG. I hope everybody's about to get ready because this one might have a setup to use the tires to be on the medium compound. So make sure just gonna have to take 7 laps before taking the pit stop until reached up at the final lap. So we're gonna make sure to have a Racing Hard compound tires will be required before reaching up at the finish line. So be very careful. 1-minute penalty is gonna be the only important thing that we have to avoid. So here we go. Green light for having a go. For having a proceed to have the 12th round in the 2020 series manufacturer series is going underway. Let this be for having an excited race, for having a good clean run out there, folks. So let's do this. Taking turn 1 will be at the 90-degree angle. ND4SPD Logan is now going in to take the lead. So he's about to be going in onto the next turn and have that left position. And it looks like this is going to be having that best position will be going on for whenever each skills that has to be going on oversteer. Jabata R715 takes 6th place, and it looks like this is going to be having Glenn Skins is now moving on to 7th place. And now I'm about to be dropped down onto 8th place. This has to be taking some differences for the Intensa Group 4 will be going in by the different choices of the oversteer and understeer. It's always going to be having an all-wheel drive, will be able to learn, but it has plenty more skills, will have to unlock its potential. going right in by having a straight line before it reached up onto the next turn. This is going to be a part of the blind corner out there, folks. Make that good left precision and make sure see the apex. This will be your best advantage whenever you're going to have to increase the speed. TCR_2Co Racing is now going in to take second place to catch up onto NT4 SPD Logan. Well, this is going to be a very good, impressive run. It looks like here's Wasabi MR2 in third place in the Toyota 86 Group 4. It's going to be having a little bit hard time to be on the right position. And it looks like I got company by passing on in 8th place. Wanobi in the Ferrari 458 Italia will be going in to take the action. Just gonna have to drive fast and increase the pace, and here comes that part of the corner, but this is gonna be a little bit less chicane, so just keep it a little bit more careful and pull the brake wisely. That's more like it. That was a pretty good quick call to be taking on by that next corner. We'll be taking on that sharp hairpin. Pull the brake precisely, and looks like, oh, there it goes, folks, there it goes. It looks like Aston Martin in 6th place. Green Ash 29 has barely took the outside, so I cannot believe it. That was so close. And here comes the bridge, folks. This might have a good race for taking a good slipstream. Will race up the acceleration. I hope it's going to be taking the fine, hard part of the turn. So we're just going to make sure to take the inside to use it wisely. But be very careful. Don't get hit on the barrier. That might have a result of a front bumper damage. Gonna have to pull the brake early. Take that inside on that position to use the green zone and use the apex on the left. That's more like it. Gonna have to keep it up. This is gonna be a long chase out there for UTRS in Sportec. We'll be taking on some fine opponents. Just gonna have to take that right position on that corner. Going a little bit freestyle before we reached up at the 90-degree angle onto the next left. Pull the brakes. And it looks like this is gonna be having a, oh man, looks like there it goes, folks. That was so close by having a little contact on Ferrari. Might be taking a single hit on the Mercedes-Benz, but that was so close. But that might bring the opportunity for Massa. Will be pressed forward. Will be taking on the last turn. Gonna have to keep going right, and this is gonna have to use that apex. And here it goes for that fastest lap out there for NT4 SPD Logan. 3 minutes and 26.104 seconds. Now that is gonna be a pretty good run out there from the first lap. Moving on to the second lap, but I hope this is going to have to take a little bit more heated rush out there, viewers. This is going to be a pretty difficult for taking the first turn, and looks like took a little contact on Wanobi in the Ferrari 458 Italia, while bringing King Katner 907 will be taking on 9th place. That was so close out there to see it, folks. It's going to be a pretty difficult time for Mazda to dealing with some mid-engine race car. But especially for the FR car, it has definitely might be a very good improved performance skill. But luckily, this is going to be having an all-wheel drive. We'll be dealing with some different tough opponents to be in the Group 4 category. Gonna have to stay strong out there, folks. I hope I might be the way to get in. And here comes Miku Cricket 86. It's about to be passing me onto my position. Just gonna have to take that inside turn and make a good focus on the opponents. Looks like this is going to be having Audi is taking the understeer pressure. Looks like going in by taking the next turn, and looks like he's going for it, folks. Audi is about to be making the pass in on this one, and looks like Porsche barely made a dodge. And that was going to be having a continued chase to reach up onto Ferrari in 8th place. Gonna have that good focus on it. Determination of oversteer and understeer is going to be a hard choice to be on Circuit de Sainte-Croix in a layout course A. This will be having a challenge, but only a competition will be test their skills, will push it to the limit. It looks like Elibet Wilderness is now taking on 3rd place. It looks like this is going to be having a chase to catch up onto Tuco Racing in 2nd place. Logan is going to have to take a little bit more endurance line out there to stay on in 1st place. Everybody could probably have to do their best out there, and looks like this one might have that opportunity for Mazda to coming right back onto the top position. Standing on to take 10th place, and oh man, looks like, oh man, bummer. I cannot believe I just barely took the hit by Audi. Now that was pretty hard, and this is going to be having a 2-second penalty. This might be having an FR all-wheel drive killer for this month, folks. That was pretty tough to have that time to repairs. besides having an FR killer in the competition, but this is going to be having that hazard lights will be turned on in case of a handicapped driver was being hit. Looks like Miku Cricket 86 just finally learned his lesson, but that might be having a little upset for UDRS. Has definitely might be getting in to avoid having a close contact behind from the FF Group 4 category racer. To have respect, every race will always find a good capabilities by having a good braking point. But expect a weakness. This is going to be having a little trouble timing here for every GT players. So that makes the only solution. Pulling in onto that 90-degree angle turn. So looks like Miku Cricket is about to be crossing the penalty line to be slowed down for only 2 seconds. So he's slowing down, so this one might bring Merc 160 and the Aston Martin V8 Vantage, and myself in the Mazda Intensa Group 4 will be taking the lead to continue on to have the better position. That one might have to bring for Logan for taking a new set of a lap time for 3 minutes and 20.381 seconds. That was all about having a hard work for a competition race, viewers. Everybody could probably have to stay strong by taking the last turn and the first turn in the 90-degree angle. It's always going to be having a learning experience by taking the effect. Now the hazard lights has been barely turned off by now after a front bumper severe incident at that sharp hairpin. But this is going to be pretty tougher it gets because FF Group 4 car just barely made a single hit mistake at an all-wheel drive Group 4 racer. Well, better make sure that this is going to be having that part of the replay clip that this might be okay for it. Every race always going to have to make the fine difference, just like an actual motorsport. Going in to continue to chase, reached up onto Merc 160 and the Aston Martin V8 Vantage. His gold livery was definitely might be remarkable, just like the 2010 DBR9 GT1 was actually makes the fine good rare difference. But it was very awesome to see how his design was very creative to have a very good ways to represent from the 2010 model. But very good to have that Group 4 car, but it's very customizable to be in the livery editor to be having the showcase. Just gonna have to stay strong out there. Looks like I'm currently in 11th place. It's getting a little bit difficult out there. Just gonna have to keep it up for having 7 laps before taking the final lap by using the pit stop. Fuel is definitely might be okay to be reached up until 75% will be marked in as a landmark. Gonna have to pull the brake, make that good technique turns. Better watch out to have a little bit incoming approach. Gonna have to give a little bit more space. Make that next turn, we'll be going in onto the right. Better avoid taking the outside, just gonna have to use the inside for only one car. There you go, looks like this is gonna be having a good resumed chase. Looks like this is gonna be going right back onto the bridge. It looks like Tuco Racing is taking a little bit effect on the quality, so looks like he's still in 2nd place. Gonna get back on the green because we just might need him to be continuing on for the competition. Gonna have to stay strong out there, TCR_Tuco Racing. You can still got this one. Stay on in 2nd place. We can still probably need you for having the best time. It looks like Elephant T. Wilderness in the Renault Sport Megane Trophy is gonna have to take the best chance to reach up onto TCR_Tuco Racing. So looks like he's finally got back on the green quality, so looks like he's good to go and continue on the run. Just gonna take that 90-degree angle turn, so it looks like we're about to be closing in onto the rest, including the Ferrari 458 Italia. Getting a little bit far behind. Gonna have to keep racing up on that RPM. Make that final turn to go on the right. Take it nice and neat, and better have that boot limp to be well. Oh man, looks like that was so close. Merc 160 almost lost that grip. So it looks like he's still in one piece, folks. Aston Martin has finally got it under control after the final turn. So this one might have the opportunity for Mazda, and it looks like this is going to be having that brake error control. So it looks like this one might make a fairly dodge for Aston Martin. Will be coming right back onto 10th place. Wow, that was so close. I cannot believe it. I'm just going to have to make a good perfect break, but due to a little bit more situation that InSport Tech has, definitely might be having a little braking problem respawn. But still in well condition, but better make sure this is going to have to take plenty more skills. We'll be doing some fine opportunities that this is going to have to take some all-wheel drive skills. Gonna have to resume the run. Gonna have to make that next turn. It looks like Jabata R715 is now in third place. Looks like this is going to be having a great opportunity out there to see how he can do it to reach up onto TCR_2Co Racing in second place. Looks like Logan is about to be taking on for having the best run lining to be well endured. I hope this is going to be keep going straight, because everybody is going to have to take a little bit more possibility time to dealing a lot of corners to be in the 8-course layout of Circuit de Sainte-Croix. Looks like Mert 160 just barely lost control of it, so it looks like he's just going to have to ways to slow down. Very good job to see how Mert 160 is going to have to do the right thing, and that will might bring UTRS InSport Tech in the Mazda Intensa is going to be taking the best chance will continue on the chase to reach up onto the top position. Getting closer to King Katner 907 in the Porsche Cayman GT4 Club Sport. Looks like Wanabe is dropped down onto 8th place in the Ferrari 458 Italia. This is going to get a little bit more closer out there onto that sharp hairpin. Gonna make a perfect right turn. There you go. That's more like it. This is going to be having a good solid formation on the inside. Taking a left turn before going right back onto the bridge. It looks like Porsche is about to be going in to reach up onto Ferrari. I bet Wanobi is going to be digging. Oh man, looks like there it goes, folks. Looks like Wanobi just barely got hit before entering the bridge, so that was pretty shocking to see it, this one. Well, maybe this is going to be having that replay to be putting on for, so I bet this is going to be pretty accidental to see it. But it is going to be pretty safe to be taking the good slipstream run for having a Group 4 race car to see it. But that we might have a result for King Katner 907 in the Porsche Cayman GT4 Club Sport that might have a penalty to be taking effect. While Mert 160 is passing on to take 9th place for the Aston Martin. I hope this is going to be taking the chance for only myself and Mert 160 before King Katner 907 is about to be crossing the line. It looks like he's slowing down, and this is going to be having enough gap distance, but this is going to be taking the advantage. Gonna reach up at that final turn. This is gonna get a little bit risky. It's going in by having the slipstream to be reached up at the next lap. So it looks like we're about to be reached up at the end of the halfway mark. Going forward to take lap number 5. Hope this is gonna have to take a little bit more possibilities for oversteer for a mid-engine layout to be racing with an FR. Gonna have to stay strong to see how Mert 160 can probably do his best out there. Make that good braking point. Pass on to the lap, and the Porsche is gonna have to stay well guarded. And even Mazda is gonna be taking the bird's eye view to see it. Oh, looks like that was so close. King Katner 907 is slowing down, and this is gonna be having Aston Martin, who will be taking 8th place, will go on. So that's how the skills might be turned out perfectly well for the Gulf Racing livery. And oh man, it looks like there goes, folks. Looks like King Katner 907 just barely lost control. Looks like he still finally got it under situated. Wow, man, that was so close to see this one, folks. That was pretty close for King Katner 907 in the Porsche Cayman GT4 Club Sport. But I hope this will might have to take a little chase to continue on. He can probably have to do his best out there whenever he's going to be reached up onto Mert 160. And looks like this is going to be having for Logan is going to have to take the best leading skill average to see how he's been doing. He's doing alright for having a best run with his Ford Mustang Group 4. He can probably have to take his podium win whenever it's going to be reached up at the finish line. However, this is going to be having the most method strategy tips before going into the pits. But we still currently wearing with racing medium compound tires, so keep it well organized and better watch yourself. We might need to have lap number 7. We'll be doing the best landmark precisions on the spot. Just going to keep a little bit more further expect focus on the 8th place and 9th. Merc 160 is going to have to take a little bit more defensive out there, and the Porsche is going in to take a little offense to take that left turn before coming in onto the bridge. It's getting a little bit tied up on the ropes, folks. If that one might have Mazda, will be taking that slipstream, will go on. Gonna have to close in onto the gap before pulling out to have another break. Gonna have to take a little standby, and it looks like he's going in. That's more like it. Aston Martin is going in first, and it looks like that one might have Porsche second. Gonna have to keep going right by having a good freestyle before taking on that 90-degree angle on the left. Gonna keep up the pace. I hope these two are doing well. Very good. Looks like King Captain 907 is closing in onto the gap. Bet this is going to be taking on that last turn. This will be his best position. Will be going in on the overtake. Still well endured for Merc 160. I bet he can probably do it. Aston Martin still can take on for having an 8th place position to keep going forward. Now we're on to the 6th lap. Better make sure to keep a close eye on lap number 7 before we reach up onto the final lap. This might get a little bit more tricky out there. This is going to have a lot of strategy that each Gran Turismo players might need a ways to perform. Just going to have to see how this is going to be going well. Going twice. And it looks like this is going to be a little bit side by side out there and taking on that left turn. Porsche is about to be going right in and getting a little bit off the track, and it looks like Aston Martin still takes the guarding point. And now they're about to be coming in onto the right turn. I hope this is going to be taking some oversteer power. Oh, looks like that was so close. Looks like Aston Martin is barely went off the track, and that might brings Porsche will be pressed forward to take 8th place. I cannot believe it, folks. That was a pretty stunning close for Aston Martin. So it looks like this is going to get a little bit more side-by-side contact out there. And here comes Wanobi in the Ferrari 450 Italia is about to be kicking in onto 10th place. I bet he can probably have to take on Aston Martin, and Porsche will be taking the battle in 8th place. I bet he can do it. After all that scratches he's been taking up for having a little bit hard time, this could be his a little bit active revenge after Porsche barely put him off a bit before entering the bridge. But this is going to have to take a good valuable eye support to see it. This is going to be having a good witness to have UDRS in Sport Tech on the Mazda Intensa. Looks like it's about to be going in. Gonna have to close that gap distance, Wanobi. This is going to be having on to that next turn. Hold the brakes and make that perfect skills whenever I have to perform. So close so far. Looks like he's doing his great. Make that left right turn, will be going in. Gonna have to take a good well position. Make a good aim onto the left turn before coming right back onto the bridge. There you go. Looks like this is going to be having a good flow chase. It looks like this one might have to check on to the top 3 drivers out there. So looks like 2nd and 3rd place driver TCR_2Co Racing and Jabata R715 is now going in to take that leading chase battle out there. But by the distance that these two are about to be going right in, and looks like the 4th place driver is about to be going in to catch up onto Jabata R715 in 3rd. Just gonna have to keep a close eye, and this will might have a best chance to be well defended or being overtake. There you go. Looks like that was a pretty close call. And looks like this is going to have that left turn to be going in by Merc 160 after having a little bit hard time onto that right turn. So that one might brings Ferrari will be going in onto the overtake. Gonna have to pass through onto Aston Martin, and here comes the last corner, folks. This is going to get a little bit more narrow than ever. Very good and impressive for Ferrari. Aston Martin is in 10th place. Followed by Mazda Intensa is about to be taking the chase on 11 for having a little ongoing run. So here it comes, folks. Lap number 7, better make sure to be ready because this is going to be a reminder lap that this will might have to change the tires. And looks like Elephant Wilderness is now taking in onto 3rd place. Now that was going to be a pretty good impressive for Renault Sport is about to be taking on to the top 3 position. Just gonna have to stay strong out there. This is going to be having a good pace. We'll go forward. Gonna make that next turn on the left. Wanobi is about to be taking the chase onto Aston Martin. I hope Mert 160 could probably have to do something. Just gonna make that next turn on the right. Have that a little blind corner will be doing the trick. Okay, that should be good for only one turn. And here's another turn. Gonna keep it up because this race is gonna be a very difficult challenge. Make that proper left turn and use the apex. They did pretty well. Still holding on for it. I hope Wanobi is going to have to try to make a good focus. That was so close for Mert 160 in the Aston Martin. And here comes the right turn, and it looks like this is going to be having Wanobi to be pressed on to be in 9th place. Now that was so close out there for Mert 160 for taking the outside. I hope this is going to be taking that opportunity for Massa. Gonna need to take a good focus on the aim. Raise up that slipstream for myself, folks. This is gonna have to take a little hard challenge. Gonna keep going and make that braking point. Go in early. Now this is gonna be having that gap distance will be closed in. Make that suitable right position to go on to the inside. This is going to get a little bit more hard distance to see how it can do it. Looks like this is going to be having a little revenge for Ferrari. We'll be taking on in 8th place to reach up onto Porsche. Gonna have to keep crossing in onto the bridge. This is going to have to take a lot more speed before making to the next turn by pulling the brakes. Better expect that inside turns and goes right in onto the right before left. It looks like NT4 SPD Logan is now taking the first pit stop. So I hope this is going to be having a good organized remaining lap time, folks. Gonna have to use the Racing Medium compound tires first before using the hard compound. Will be going in second, so you'll be safe for good. Now luckily this is going to be having a good grueling battle out there for Aston Martin and Ferrari. And even for Massa, this is going to have to take a little bit more practice run. That this is going to have to take a lot of good skills for having a challenge. Just kind of pull right in onto the last turn. Make a right position and use that pit lane entry. We'll go right in. And here comes the final lap, folks. Looks like this is going to be it. Gonna have to keep it going because no need to have a refuel. This will might have Logan will be taking his best win. And this will might have TCR_2Co Racing will be keep going in onto second place. Elephant Wilderness is now going to have to stay on in 3rd place to do his best run. And here comes ATK Brother Smalter in the Ford Mustang Group 4 to be pressing on to take 11th place. Gonna have to get closer to Aston Martin. And here he goes. This is going to be taking a little side by side by taking the next turn. I hope this will might have the open space for Mustang. This is going to do a lot of pretty good oversteer skills for having a nice muscle car Group 4 category. Now I'm coming in to take 11th place. Overtake pass by Aston Martin, taking on that left turn and going right in onto ATK Brother Smalter in the Ford Mustang. This is going to get a little bit more hard pressure to take that oversteer capability for having an all-wheel drive on that Mazda. So close so far, but this is going to have to take a little bit more boost out there. Got plenty of turbocharge. We'll be taking a little bit halfway mark onto the fuel by 50%. It looks like Mert 160 is about to be going in to make that pass. I hope this is going to get a little bit closer. It gets in. Oh man, it looks like this is definitely might be having a setup on that penalty. DSR Stroker Ace and myself just got a penalty for only 1 second. Now that was so close and we just barely had that moment. I cannot believe it. This is a pretty difficult challenge, folks. This race always having a difficult choice that this is going to have to take plenty skills will be going on. But that was so far effort to see this kind of a moment. That was pretty upsetting and getting a lot of hard time that this is going to be having a little bit less smaller collision. But still got a lot of chance to go. But this is going to have to take this race will go on. Just going to have to take that turn and going over to take that sharp hairpin onto the right, and looks like a 1 minute penalty increase. Gotta make sure to be very more careful. Ignoring the track limit is going to be a very tough time. So we could probably have to take that left turn by crossing in onto the bridge. But that was all that stress work that we've been taking on to see it. So it looks like DSR Stroker Ace is now taking a short recovery, and now I'm going in for second. And here comes the final stretch, folks. It looks like NT4 SPD Logan is about to be reached up at the finish line, and it looks like, there he goes, folks. It looks like he finally did it, and he's successfully won. NT4 SPD Logan has finally won first place in the 12th round of the 2020 Series Manufacturer Series. What in the most exciting race ever of all time. This is super awesome out there, folks. Logan has finally taken the podium, and the spectators are now cheering proudly to be impressed. Now, this is a pretty good, awesome race out there, folks. What in the most awesome, ever long-lasting distance race of all time. This is all about taking today's competition work. We'll be doing a lot of more practice ways for having a drivetrain difference. TCR_2Co Racing has finally made it in second place. And this one might have a third place driver. Elevate TD Wilderness is now taking in onto the bronze medal position. And everybody is about to be pressed on by crossing the finish line. So this is going to be having a matter of results. That might end up in 12th place because all that hard work barely takes a difficult time out there. So I hope this is going to be having one of the most finest drivers for Mazda. We'll be having a race result. Give it a take to see how every race who really wants to take a good clean run, but it's always going to be having a difficult challenge. We'll be facing on with some many corners in the course layout of Circuit de Sainte-Croix. Gonna have some fine earnings to be well earned. So we did pretty well, folks. This one might have Ford Mustang will be taking on for having a first place victory. It was pretty awesome and excitement. So this is going to be having a good time. To congratulations to the top 3 drivers has finally made it to be having the best ways to be well excitement to be achieved. There you go. And looks like this is going to be pretty well to see it out there, by the way, folks. NT4 SPD Logan has pretty good well fast. I hope everybody did their best out there. We'll be taking on in 3-point race entry to be as a quarter. It's going to be having a one fine skills that this is going to be having some good remarkable skills to see how every racer has definitely might be well achieved. So good thing I just finally got a received comment from NT4 SPD Logan, and he says, well done. And however, for King Captain 907, he just barely made an apology response, so apology accepted. We also might need to have to be very more careful to have the fine drivetrain skills of having a Group 4 category. Would all have good kinds of respect. This one might have to be proceed. We'll go on for the next race. We'll be taking the most best part to be in the highlights. Coming up for the next race is going to be at Dragon Trail Gardens Reverse for having a Group 3 category. After taking 3-point race entry by having a better chance. So I hope this is going to do a lot much better out there before we will move on to take on the weekday. Alright folks, I hope you're really enjoying watching the race. Thanks for watching. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, bell for notification uploads, and the links on the description down below if you want to see more. Livery blog videos are available to watch anytime you want. This will be the entertainment showcase about different cars with liveries I have been made. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for continuing in the 2020 Series Manufacturer Series on Gran Turismo Sport, and I'll see you guys later. Keep on racing, stay clean.